Welcome back to episode 10 of our PUBG Top 10 plays. I'm your host, Shadow the Fallen, and in play number 10, we have TSM Viss in squads. Top 10 approaching targets in Miramar with an M16. As his team member moves up, a firefight ensues with TSM coming in from the side for a perfect flank. The enemy team is caught completely off guard, and 4 enemies are removed from play. Play number 9, also on Miramar, comes in from TeslaPrime, doing some work with the Car 98K. Top 20 and trying to move to the safe zone, they engage a fight, knocking the first with the car and scaring off the second with a shot that cost Tesla some much needed health. Speeding up through the healing, we see him relocate, take another shot, and continue toward higher ground. He then turns and lands a beautiful headshot, knocking out the enemy. Going in for the kill, he doesn't see the enemy lining him up on his right and begins taking fire. He drops to heal while his friend flanks up, finishing off the enemy and awarding him the kill for the first target that he knocked. RickenBerg grabs play number 8 with this hilarious and almost unbelievable outplay. Top 10, his team is under heavy fire and he just waits it out. Luckily enough, the enemy doesn't see him, and as RickenBerg takes position behind him, he drops the first enemy with his M4. Entering the house, he goes up the stairs, removing the next threat while taking some decent damage. He finishes off the enemy, hears the next, jumps through the window, circles back, and makes the last team member look like a fool. Play number 7 is more instructional and interesting than insane and badass. Doomed 15 is healing up, most likely from a fight that he just had with an enemy on the northern apartment building. Getting enough boost to increase his speed, he opens the door outward, jumps up on the railing, jumps up onto the open door, then using a crouch jump technique, he gets into a position that I personally have never seen someone get into. Once there, he runs and makes a beautiful jump, and well, the enemy never saw it coming.
You son of a bitch.
Hacks.
Play number 6 goes to Bridann. Bridann, getting into a quick fight, solo alive left in squads, he knocks out his first target with the M4. He reloads and enters into the building, but just misses the teammate running to the revive. Another reload and he returns outside, pre-firing on the target who is too busy checking the window, then knocking the other target with only a sliver of health left. He returns back inside and finds a room to heal up. Once there, he jumps through the window and peeks as the last team member attempts to go in for the kill and instead gets lit up. This awards Bridann his 8th kill in a 1v4.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
ThackAttack sends in play number 5, proving that a late game vector fully loaded is a thing of beauty. They approach the unsuspecting enemies from the water. He waits and gets into position, utilizing the suppressor to take down the first target without directly alerting his teammates. He reloads, finishes him off, reloads again. As the next enemy is too focused on other targets, he gets lit up, and after a reload, gets taken down. Looking around, the next enemy begins running toward their location, but gets destroyed by the vector. Swapping to the Mini 14, he actually misses every shot with the 4th target, backs off to reload and swaps to the red dot, and returns to finish off the 3rd target. Ball Papa starts taking damage and Mama comes in for the save with a last-minute knockout onto the enemy. Play number 4 belongs to PurpleBananaCow. No, I'm not kidding. For this impressive work with a Car 98K with only a red dot sight. After the first hit, he goes outside and lands another, knocking the enemy from the vehicle. With only half of his team remaining, they decide to pursue the enemies, moving at an angle to still keep a good vantage. While approaching, he starts taking some serious damage, but lands another shot, securing the kill on the enemy. He uses the tree for cover, healing up and reloading the car. As he backs up to peek, he sees an enemy rushing and delivers a beautiful shot to the chest, knocking him out. He moves around a bit, trying to locate the remaining enemy team members, and begins taking fire once more. He fires once, hides for a second, and sees the enemy running, giving him the perfect opportunity for a headshot. The final team member comes into view, and another headshot secures the team wipe and his 4th kill.
Beautiful.
All the loot.
Team wipe. Team kill.
Dob215 sends us play number 3, and it is incredible. Solo left alive in squads, he knocks one member of the approaching team out with an M4 while exiting the vehicle, reloads and knocks the next, and then has a quick full auto duel, resulting in the team wipe and his 17th kill. Now, 17 kills is impressive enough, but we're still not done yet. He moves over to his next position, calmly waiting for the enemies to approach. He doesn't take any unnecessary risks, and as soon as the enemy is close enough, he's dropped instantly, and eventually finished off. The teammate begins rushing over to avenge them, but Dob flips around, knocking him as well, then turns back to see the third and final team member delivering the same fate as the others. With 20 kills now logged, 2 1v3 scenarios both ending the same, Dob takes the opportunity to finally heal up and chat with his friends. He runs over to one of the other bodies, grabs some 5.56 ammo, then proceeds to find and absolutely destroy the remaining 2 enemies for an amazing finish with 22 kills. Play number 2 is all about communication, with AndyPyro and only one remaining team member left alive in top 8. We open with Andy killing an enemy with an M4, then rushing to his downed teammate for the revive. Waiting for enemies, they even stop the res for a second to listen, then continue it once more, making sure to stay silent. Once the revive completes, he drops some first aid and begins moving south, looks away, but swings back for some beautiful spray control, knocking out the enemy. His teammate gets knocked, but gives him the exact enemy location so Andy can eliminate him.
Coming in from same spot, probably.
More communication from his teammate, he calls out the third team member, approaching from behind as Andy grabs the kill with what has to be 2 HP left.
Good job.
Swapping to his Car 98, he sees the enemy jump, quick scopes and lands an insane headshot on the mid-air enemy for the game and his 11th kill.
What the?
And play number 1 goes to Pwn 1 for this beautiful display of double snipers and grenades. Knocking his first target with the SKS, he swaps and lands a beautiful headshot on the second with the Car 98. He looks for the remaining team member and finishes off the team under fire with another headshot. Returning to the other side of the peak, he sees the enemies taking sight and firing and proceeds to knock him with his 3rd headshot in a row. He begins taking serious fire and luckily is able to go prone and begin healing up. While healing up, his team member finishes off the downed enemy, and Pwn begins looking around for the next target. He matches sights with the enemy firing first, but the enemy has a level 3 helmet protecting him from the instant down. Hoping the enemy would peek again, he lays down some smoke for cover and then breaks out the frags. The first one renders no results, but the second is a beautiful Kobe shot that wins them the game. Our next bonus clip comes in from Kimomonster for this beautiful grenade raining finish. Our first bonus clip is sent in by DoomShroom, and it features one hell of a glitch that apparently is happening now.
It's what? Oh! Go to the town, go to the town! Oh my god.
Go straight down. No.
Go straight down, go straight down.
Oh, I see someone.
Our next bonus clip comes in from Kimomonster for this beautiful grenade raining finish.
Oh, he's pro Niva. Oh shit, the guy's doing this!
Shoot at them, dude. Dear God.
Maximatic sends in what has to be the absolute worst example of shotgun play that has ever existed. 2 unsuspecting targets, 10 shots, and no kills.
Moin! Alter, nicht im Ernst, oder? Moin! Moin! Aber willst du mich verarschen? Moin! Aber bist du behindert, Alter? Lotus! Hast du Play TV an? Bitte!
And our last bonus play comes in from Neakonhehe, showing us some sweet motorcycle skills, but losing some control at the last second. And that's it for this episode. Let us know what you thought of it by commenting below. Also make sure to hit that like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you would like to be featured in one of our videos, submit your play to the link in the description below or use hashtag Protatomonster on plays.tv. Well, that's it for now, so thanks for watching and I'll see you next episode.